For the longest time in my life, I thought that the top 1%, the wealthy, had some kind of secret that they knew about that the rest of us didn't know. A secret way of managing their money that helped them to build their wealth every single year. However, come to find out, it's actually not that much of a secret at all. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 rules for managing your money like the 1%. Number 1, be clear on your financial goals. Imagine you're watching a game of basketball, and after about 30 minutes of gameplay, you notice something really weird. Neither team has scored a single point. The score is still 0-0, and it's been 30 minutes. How is that possible? Well, come to find out, there are 0 basketball hoops on the court, which of course means that it's impossible for either team to score, which means it's impossible for either team to win. My question to you then becomes, what's the point of even playing? Because if you don't have a goal, then you can't score, and if you can't score, then you can't win. The top 1% understand that making clear, actionable, and ambitious financial goals is a critical part of their financial success. And the key word here is clear. Their goals are clear because they aren't vague, right? If you were to say to yourself, I have a goal next year of earning $1 million. Well, that doesn't really mean anything because you haven't actually identified why you want to earn $1 million. Would you finally be able to buy a house for your family with a white picket fence? Would you begin to invest in rental properties or invest in the stock market or buy a new car or go on vacation? Why exactly do you want to start making more money in the first place? By visualizing and imagining what your life could look like if you had that money in your bank account like today, that's gonna be what motivates you and drives you to start pursuing that goal, to start taking action toward achieving that goal. Number 2. Use the 50-30-20 rule. The 50-30-20 rule is a very simple yet powerful budgeting strategy that you can use to ensure that all the money coming into your bank account is being used to its fullest potential. The way it works is like this. Every single time you get paid, 50% of your money goes toward your needs. Your needs are things that you absolutely need in order to survive. Shelter, food, water, electricity, transportation. Then 30% of your paycheck goes toward your wants. Your wants are things like eating out, shopping, going to the movies, things that might affect your happiness if you don't do them, but you don't necessarily need them in order to survive. And then finally, 20% of your paycheck goes to savings, or as I would suggest, once you have an emergency fund saved up, I would start putting all your savings toward investing. And frankly, if you were determined enough, you could also take the 30% that is supposed to be going toward your wants, and you could put that toward investing. Track your spending like a crazy person. So before I began tracking my expenses on a daily basis, what would happen is I would just basically go month to month without actually knowing how much I was spending. Now, sure, I wasn't going out and buying the newest iPhone or a new pair of shoes that I don't need, but I was, for example, going to Starbucks every single day for a month straight. And so there were just certain spending habits and trends that I was able to catch and then put an end to help keep more money in my pocket. In a really weird way, it almost became like playing a game. At the end of the day, when I would look at my journal and I would see that I only spent this much money and that was less than yesterday, I would feel like I leveled up, like I accomplished a mission or something. It kind of sounds weird, but it becomes fun to save money. Now, here's the thing, okay? I don't subscribe to this idea that you should not enjoy life, that you shouldn't go and buy a cup of Starbucks if you enjoy Starbucks. If buying a cup of Starbucks every single day makes you a happier person, that $4 cup of Starbucks pays for itself if it adds value to your life and if it gives you the boost that you need to have a good day. Spending only becomes a problem when you begin to overspend. When you're living this inflated lifestyle and at the end of each month you don't have any money left over to save or invest or put towards something that's gonna help to build your wealth for the future. Now, the way that I track my expenses personally is with this journal right here, okay? I like the tangible feel of having a journal. I just write, open it up throughout the day, write down my expenses, and then at the end of the month, I'll take the totals from each day and I'll put that into a Google Sheets spreadsheet, and then I'll just sort of analyze it and see if I can make any adjustments for the next month. Doing that kind of helps me to see if there's any patterns or habits that I'm getting into, and it allows me to break those habits, those spending habits, before they even begin. Number 4, treat your credit cards like a debit card. When you swipe your debit card at the store, what exactly does that mean? I know it's kind of a weird question, but it means that you have the money in your bank account at that moment to cover the purchase. Otherwise, you risk being charged overdraft fees, You risk the embarrassment of having your card be declined with 20 people standing behind you in a cart full of groceries that you can't pay for. If you simply use your credit card like you would use a debit card, then you pretty much guarantee that you'll never get into credit card debt again, because you're never gonna spend more money than you know you can afford to pay off at that moment. I'm certainly not saying that credit cards are bad and that you should avoid them. I love credit cards. I use credit cards for everything if I can, but the difference though is that I'm paying off my credit card balances in full every single month. I do not carry a balance with me for month to month because I'm not gonna pay the credit card company interest when I don't have to. So use your credit card like a debit card and I guarantee you that you'll stay out of trouble. Number 5, focus on earning more money. It's certainly not impossible to build wealth on a low salary. There's plenty of stories of janitors and secretaries and teachers who were able to retire with $1 million portfolios because they lived frugally and saved a ton. However, if you want to reach that coveted $1 million net worth goal before you retire, then frankly, the only way to do it is to start earning more money. Now, before you say to me, Joshua, I can't earn more money at my job. They only give raises once every 5 years. And even if they do, they only max out at a 1.85% raise based off my original salary cap of $42,000. And that's not nearly enough to help me reach retirement. Back in 2015, when I first got out of college, I kind of just jumped from job to job. In fact, my first job out of college was at this really sketchy car dealership, and I sucked at the job so much. The job paid below minimum wage because the idea was that you were gonna be compensated more when you sold cars and you got the commission. However, I sucked at selling cars, and so I didn't get commission, and so I would work like 50 hours a week getting paid like $3 an hour. My next job was at the staffing agency. It was a much better situation. I got paid a little bit better. In fact, I think I started out getting paid $15 an hour. I knew that I had a desire and a drive to make much more money than that in my life, and so I ended up quitting the job and I ended up pursuing something for myself. Now, that is a completely different video altogether, but fast forward about 4 years later since I left that job, and I've made more money than I can even imagine having made at any job that I could have worked at. Back in 2019 and toward the beginning of 2020, there was about a 6-month stretch of time where I didn't have to work at all because I had made enough money that I could just live off of my savings, and I was able to start my online blog and business, The Investor Post, shameless plug, and that of course has presented me with more opportunities and more income and things like that. Now, I am not saying all of that to brag. I still have a very, very long way to go, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is that the more income you earn, the more opportunity you have. And so if you feel like you're not earning enough income at your current job, you're probably right. You probably deserve to be making a lot more money, and so you have to figure out what you can do to start earning more money. That could be through a side gig that you do, it could be a business that you start. Whatever the case may be, you have to get out there and start taking action for yourself if you want to see your income increase, because I can guarantee you one thing: your HR department, your boss, or whoever is in control of your raise is not that interested in giving you a raise, right? They're gonna pay you as little as they can and try and suck out as much performance from you as they can while paying you as little as they can. And so you have to start taking action. You have to start making changes in your life if you want to see change happen, because nobody else is gonna do it for you. Number 6, build multiple income sources. There was a study done where the habits of 233 millionaires were followed. So the study concluded that 65% of self-made millionaires have at least 3 sources of income, and about 3 in 10 of them have 5 or more sources of income. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, where exactly do I start? Like, I work a full-time job, 40 hours a week. I can't go and get 2 more jobs to make 3 sources of income, right? That's not what I'm saying. A really easy way for you to think about all the different income sources and the income streams is to think about them in 4 different categories. So the first income source, salary/wages, is income from your job, right? This is income that you make from working and trading your hours for a paycheck, and this is also known as active income. The next source of income is side hustles or a business, like a side business, and this is income that you make typically while working your 9-to-5 job. On the side of that, you'll earn additional income by doing stuff at nighttime after work and things like that. Sometimes your side hustle or your side business can actually turn into your full-time job. That's actually what happened to me, is the thing that I was doing on the side ended up becoming my full-time gig. Next up is income from investments, and this can also be called capital gains. This is income from like stock dividend payments or like REIT payments. If you own rental properties and you collect rent every single month, that's also income that's coming into your bank account that you can use to live off of or invest back into more real estate, things like that. And then finally is income from royalties. Royalties does not just mean like selling music online and earning income from that. Royalties can be anything that you're selling online. So for example, I sell website templates on Creative Market and a couple of other websites. I earn money every single week because people buy those templates, and it's all passive income, but that's also known as a royalty. Having multiple streams of income will boost the amount that you're able to bring in each month and give you more comfort, more room to be able to invest and save and put money toward things that are actually going to advance your future and get you into that 1%. Number 7, invest, and invest more. One of the biggest financial disservices that you can do for yourself is not invest your money. And by the way, I'm not just talking about investing your money in the stock market or in real estate or crypto. Those things are massively important, but I'm also talking about things like investing in yourself, right? Like starting a business or learning a new skill. These things have virtually an unlimited ROI. Right? Where something like the stock market might give you a 10% return each year if you're lucky and if you're investing in the right things. You know, learning a new skill and starting a business or whatever you can do to improve yourself to be able to market yourself more to the market, that's gonna have a much higher ROI than something like investing in the stock market will. So let me just give you an example here, okay? Let's look at two people, Warren Buffett and Elon Musk. Warren Buffett has a net worth of around $100 billion. On the other hand, Elon Musk has a net worth of close to $230 billion. That's more than double that of Warren Buffett. Now, both are obviously filthy rich and should give me at least a couple of mil to help me hit the ground running, but that's beyond the point. Warren Buffett acquired his fortune by investing in the stock market and started at the age of 11 in the year 1942. On the other hand, Elon Musk acquired his fortune by starting businesses. He started his first business back in 1995, which means it's only taken him about 26 years to build his fortune. So do you kind of see what's happening here? It's taken Warren Buffett 3 times as long to build a fortune 2 times as small as Elon Musk. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking, Joshua, that's ridiculous. I would be more than happy to have $100 billion in my possession, but that is not the point, okay? Yes, we can all objectively look at both amounts of money and we can all agree that they're both massive amounts of money. But I believe that for the vast majority of people, starting a business, learning a new skill, and being able to better market yourself out there online is gonna help you to create a lot more wealth than investing. I say it again, I'm not saying that investing in the stock market or real estate or crypto or whatever is not important. Those things are equally as important as investing in yourself, but if you ever want to be like the top 1%, you have to do both. You have to learn new skills, start a new business, get yourself out there to start increasing your income, and you have to take that income that you're earning and you have to start investing it, okay? That is how you get to that 1%. If you're still watching the video and you have not already dropped a like down below, I would appreciate it so much if you did that. It helps me out so much. Also, if you like content like this and you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And as always, you guys, I appreciate you so much, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.